Okay, we're recording. Happy Tuesday. My name is Melanie, ships out of Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm so glad you guys are here, our Tuesday morning crew. I'm starting to notice a lot of names and becoming friends with a lot of you, and it's been really fun. If this is your first Power Hour, welcome. If you're new to the business, welcome to our amazing community. Wow, it is such a gift. You probably are starting to notice that already. And I do want to kind of point you to a couple things just so that you're aware. Last night we had our Monday mindset call. Those are always my favorite. So a big shout out to Jackie Pruitt. Sometimes she joins us on these Tuesday morning calls. So Jackie, if you're on, we love you. Thank you for all your wisdom. So inspiring. And then I definitely want to give a shout out to Melissa Quinn. She did a team training for us on Sundays. Sundays are our team trainings at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have not seen that, I know that recording is available. So go check her out. I absolutely love seeing her trainings as well. Okay, so what I'm going to bring to you guys this morning is this is a week that a lot of us are trying to focus follow up. So we've done all of this activity up until, well, what was it, this last week? What are we on, week 2 of January? We've been doing a lot of new reach outs. Maybe we have been reaching out to our chicken listers, right? I want to make sure my volume's up. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. Thanks, Kat. Appreciate that. We've been doing new reach outs. We've been doing cold market reach out. So I want to give a big shout out to Christy Hardy. She's got a great training that's out on the Dream Team page. If you guys are looking for power hours on some of these girls, you can go to the units tab on Dream Team. Check out the cold reach outs power hour by Christy Hardy. It was really, really good. If you're looking for some great language for objections, Jackie Pruitt did a really good one last week. Go ahead and check her out. I want to give a big shout out to Nicole Keller. She did a great power hour on what she is doing to hit the enrollment pool. So we know that's really inspiring. I know I enjoyed that power hour in particular. So if those of you guys are reaching out and you're just not seeing some traction and you're not getting people to go through that funnel up to the point of closing, check her out. I think it's really neat to see how she's doing her business. Okay. What I'm going to bring to you this morning, I love bringing resources. I love bringing books that I'm reading. And so I was really blessed by my sponsor, JJ Stark. She shared this book with me. And of course, like we're kind of book junkies. Really, I do a lot with audio books because I can digest them quicker. I'm a big do-it-yourselfer kind of girl, and I've been kind of in the middle of getting some indoor projects done before the outdoor projects start to hit. Here in Indianapolis, it's cold. It's in the 30s, so getting inside, working on do-it-yourself projects is kind of my jam right now. So either I'm listening to music or I'm listening to personal development. Right? So I love audio. So one of the things I would love to give you guys a tip is that if you have never heard of the Overdrive app, go ahead and write that down. The Overdrive app is a great app that you can download on your phone, and you can connect your library card to the Overdrive app, and you can check out books for free, which is the way I like to do things. So I'm going to give you a book right now that is really speaking to me. I'm actually really nervous for some odd reason. I don't know why I'm shaking. It's because I think I have so much here that I've digested in the last 48 hours that I want to try to get this out as quickly as I can to you, and we can start putting some of this into action. So I'm going to try to stay focused here. But one of the books that was recommended to me that seriously might be one of the best books I've ever seen for our industry, because language probably is my hardest thing. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I can get really excited and passionate about sharing this opportunity. But sometimes it's the language and what we say. And I think a lot of us tune in here hoping to get some nuggets, right? We want some nuggets like, what are these people doing? How are they getting all these enrollments? How are they getting all these customers? How are they hitting these pools? And even myself being almost 8 years into this industry, I still struggle with language. It's not always my strong suit. So what I have decided to do this year as a personal development thing is really understand the psychology of humans. So that's a big undertaking, right? I've had 2 years of life coaching under my belt. I almost went down that path to be a life coach. And I think it's primarily because I really love to understand how people think, and then why they want to do what they want to do, why they want what they want, and how to get them there, right? So in particular for this power hour, I've got a really big nugget I'm going to share. I am going to drop it in the chat so you have it. And then I don't want to spend too much time so much on the language. I will drop that, but I want you guys to start kind of pondering and really thinking about what you're saying to your prospects. All right. Yesterday, Amber Reed did an incredible training on follow-ups. I know that's our focus this week, is that, how are you going back into, your contacts that you have been reaching out to, and where are they in your funnel? Have they slipped away and gone into the witness protection program? And I say that in a way like you've actually reached out to these people and they've told you they're going to do this. And I have like 5 of those right now. So if they go back and watch this power hour, they're going to laugh because I know they're so close. But have they gone into the witness protection program? Or they ghosted you, and so for whatever reason, that feels weird, doesn't it? I think rejection is a real thing, and that's something we're going to address today. Or these people are just on the fence and you can't get them to that next step, right? And so our job really is to help them, show them what happens next. Okay, so we're going to go over that real quick too. And so for today's challenge, you guys to jot this down. We're going to make a list of 5 to 10 people, and I want you to spend some time today loving on those people's pages, interacting in their stories, right? And stirring up some conversation. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about Savvy. It's just reconnecting those conversations, all right? And then re-invite them to take a closer look at Savvy, whether it's the clothing. Maybe they've downloaded your app and they've done nothing with it yet, all right? Or maybe they've told you they're super excited to be joining you in business in January, and now's the time. All right. So now dust is starting to settle. I think a lot of kids are starting to get back into school. So these are going to be the people that you want to go back to and just reignite. All right. Just reignite, keep it superhuman. All right. And so one of the things that I try to do in my business is, people don't know what they don't know. Right. So if you're even new to this business, sometimes you don't know what you don't know being a brand partner. And so it's our job, I feel, as a sponsor, to take them through simple steps. All right. So we have them take a look at the opportunity, and we do that either by the ATM page, if that's the approach that you're using, or you're inviting them to the live info sessions. And or if those people could not be on live info sessions, you have shared a recording of that op call. Okay. And they're just sitting there, right? They're just sitting there. And now you're at a point where they have nodded, they've smiled all the way through everything that you shared with them, and then you want them to commit. You want them to, you want them to join you in this business, or you want them to try the clothing. So when your conversation grinds to a stop, no one's taking an actual decision, right? So this is actually a common thing, and I don't want you guys to feel like there's something wrong with you. It actually is a real thing. So our job is to really help lead them through that. All right. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to create the scene. All right. We don't want to ask them what they would like to do. We just tell them what happens next. Right. So words that I think are very powerful, and you can write this down, is what happens next is. All right. What happens next is, and so you can go back into those conversations. Say, hey, Sarah, listen, I know you took a look at that info session. We were on that and we've answered a couple questions, but I wanted to tell you what happens next is we're going to take a look at the enrollment packs together to see which one makes the most sense to you. Okay? And just assume they're going to join you. Right? What happens next is that we're going to take a look at the enrollment packs together to see which ones make the most sense to you, and assume that they're joining you. And then at that point, you're going to ask them, which kit do you have your eyes on right now? And then, have them explain their thoughts around that decision, especially if they're not into choosing that big kit. Because sometimes I think it feels.
Go up with Daddy, okay? Always do work right now, okay?
Meet your calls, that would be amazing.
It's early.
I'll try to get you as well here. No big deal. Okay. So help them explain their thoughts, because you really want to understand why they're looking at the kit that they're looking at, because you guys, there is really no wrong kit in this business, as you know, because we do have that VIP style box. They can always get more credit and they can always get more share codes, but help them see the value of our kits. All right. So that is your job of showing them what happens next. Help them understand what's available to them. All right. And then you need to reschedule another meeting to get them started. All right. And at that point, you're going to help them through all the steps to ensure they realize what their goals are. All right. We did a rep to leader and beyond worksheet that I had created. I know Courtney put that on the Dream Team page. All right. So help them see that our bonuses that are available to them. All right. If you have not printed that off, go check out that worksheet. It's a really good one for you to visually see what's available to you in bonuses and what's available to them as well to recoup the cost on their enrollment packs, especially if you are getting objections about money. All right. So it is your responsibility to lead those conversations, and following the sharing of our required information that we have, your role is just to move them toward that close. All right. And finishing this process with a question that is effortless is key, right, to gaining a rapid response and a positive outcome. All right. So some of the things that I'm going to share with you real quick is when people have objections, you know, when they say something like, I need to speak to my husband before I make this decision, that's a real big one. And one of the things I'm learning from this book, and I'm going to drop that in the chat, is the book, real before I go into this, it's called Exactly What to Say. Right? That's an attention grabber. Exactly what to say, the magic words for influence and impact. Right? And one of the things that this author tells us is that, you know, we want to try to help get them through their thinking. And so if they tell you that they need to talk to their husband first, ask the questions. Just simply ask, what makes you say that? Just what makes you say that? Right? Or someone says, I really don't have the money right now. And you can simply say, what makes you say that? And just listen. And then you could ask through that conversation as they're explaining, how would you feel if this decision led to more income? So another thing in this book he teaches is, how do you feel, or how would you feel if? All right. How would you feel if this time next year you were debt free? Okay. Or another one is, I'm not really sure I've got the time to fit this in around what I'm already doing. All right. What makes you say that? All right. What makes you say that? And what you're doing is asking them to explain themselves properly. All right. When you use the words, what makes you say that, means they now have to take responsibility and explain what they really mean. Having this explained properly puts you in a position in which they can, you can help them with their decision and at least have a greater understanding of why they cannot make it at this time, make the decision at this time. All right. So what makes you say that? The other thing that he shares in this book is this word, and I love this little phrase, just imagine. All right. So for a decision to come true, you must first at least have imagined yourself doing it. And have you ever been in a situation in which you have said or just mouthed these words back to somebody else? I just couldn't see myself doing that. I know I said that, being in this industry with another business and then coming into this one. That was probably one of the first things I said is, I just can't imagine myself building another business from the ground up. It's a real thing. I still feel that sometimes. Even though I've already experienced success in this company, I still feel those feelings, right? They're human feelings, all right? So if you cannot see yourself doing something, the chances of you doing it are very slim to none. People make decisions based on the images they see in their minds. So if you can place pictures in people's minds, then you can help them see themselves doing it. So words like, just imagine how things will be in 6 months time once you have implemented this, right? Just imagine how things will be in 6 months time once you have implemented this. I like this one. He says in the book, just imagine the look on your kid's face when they see you achieve this. I know a lot of you guys are running for Mexico right now. It's a really exciting trip. I know a lot of you are hitting leader already the second week in January. I know there's a lot of you guys on here, right? Just imagine, say this, just imagine the look on your husband's face when he sees you achieve this. This is so doable for you. This is available to you. These are powerful words, you guys, when you're talking to people. Just imagine the impact this could have for your family. All right. Another one he shares in the book, this wording is just out of curiosity. All right. So write this down. Just out of curiosity, what is it specifically you need some time to think about? You get a lot of people, let me think about this. Let me think about this, right? Just out of curiosity, what needs to happen for you to make a decision about this? All right. Just out of curiosity, what is it that's stopping you from moving forward with this right now? Now I'm going to drop some of these samples in the chat so you guys have them. So don't panic. Don't worry at all about that. I got you. I got you, girl. All right. All right. And then the last one I want to tell you that came from this book is I'm guessing you haven't got around to it. All right. You know the times when you have sent over some details. I'm reading this right from the book. You know the times that you have sent over some details, or they have said they needed to consult with someone else, usually the husband, right? And now you need to make contact to take the next step. So since we're focusing on follow-ups this week, try this. I'm guessing you haven't got around to looking over the kits yet. I'm guessing you haven't got around to setting a start date yet. I'm guessing you haven't got around to making a decision yet. Right? He says, by using the words you are fearful, they may give you back in the other direction. You create a scenario that completely disarms them. If you say to somebody, I'm guessing you haven't got around to making a decision on this yet, and they say, no, you're right, we're still thinking about it, you can open up the negotiation. If instead they say, no, we have, and we've made a decision, you can say, great, when are you ready to get started? Right. So I'm just reading. This book is brand new to me. And so I had to bring these scenarios to you because, for one, I want you to go get the book. All right, go get the book. And then I want you to look at it. You easily could read this in probably 2 days. I listened to it in one. All right. And start to use this language, you guys. I think he has 24 examples. It's insane. It seriously is going to be the book that I use this month. I'm going to look back at my language. I'm going to look at how I've been talking to people. I want to start understanding the human psychology. I want to try to remove objections out of the conversations. And if they show up, it simply means that they're either wanting some more information or mentally they don't know what they don't know, right? So it's our job to lead them to what happens next is, right? All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I'm going to go over to the chat. If you guys have some questions, great. I'm going to drop some of these examples for you. I'm going to drop my link to the free PDF of the book. All right. I found that too on Google. How cool is that? So if you don't want to, you can go listen to the audio, like I said, on the Overdrive app for free. I recommend it. Pop it in your ear. I know it seems silly, but I tend to get really behind on my laundry when I'm laser focused on my business. So now I tell myself, you get your personal development when you fold your laundry, and it's a win-win. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and mute. You guys go ahead and start getting ready and start working on those follow-ups. And I'll check the chat and we'll go from there. Something else I want to mention to you guys, and I'm just saying this because I'm doing it now. I've by no means mastered this. But if you are sending recorded op calls and people are not watching them, go back and watch the op call and pull out two things that you feel probably are the most important things or something that really inspired you, and go ask them about it. Say it in such a way that it intrigues them psychologically to not want to miss out on that. Like, what is she talking about? If you're using Christy Belliston's video, the 12-minute sizzle video, at the very end, she uses language like, could you see yourself doing 1, 2, or 3? So if we say, do you see yourself being a 1, 2, or 3? If somebody sent me that video, be like, what is she talking about? Even in the busyness of my day, I would want to stop and at least fast forward somewhere and figure out where this 1, 2, and 3 is. Right? So try to figure that out too. There's a lot of opportunity calls out there. I know I'm going to make it a goal to create one. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why, but I'm going to create one, and I'm going to try to implement the psychological part into my op call so that whoever's using it can say, all right, what I loved most is that Melanie said this. Do you see yourself being a 1 or a 2 or a 3? I think that's so powerful. Give them a reason to go back in there. Also, if you're going to put this much effort into your follow-ups, all right, if you're brand new, first of all, and you're sitting here like, I haven't touched one person yet. I'm scared to death. I have not talked to anybody. I have not even done my announcement post on social media. All right, that's your homework today. All right, you're going to go out, you're going to do your post, and you're going to put it out into the world, and you're going to let people know that you're open for business. And if you don't have your clothing yet, that's okay. Of the dream team on the units, and she's got some great stuff on how to do your initial post. All right, now, if you've gotten into your reach outs and you've shared this opportunity, can I give you guys some great advice? If you're going to go that far with people and get them all educated and all excited, but you're not willing to follow up, you have just gotten that person ready for the next person. It's kind of scary to think, isn't it? So I want to create a little urgency today that if you can go back to your dream teamers, go back this week, because you guys, if they haven't joined you yet, figure out why and keep them moving through the funnel. It's your job to show them. I kind of think about it like my boys. I grab their hand and I say, come on, kids, this is what we're going to do next. Hey, Amy, this is what you're going to do next. Here's a great landing page. I want you to take a look at the FAQs. Our enrollment kits are there. And I want you to tell me, which ones do you have your eye on? Let's talk about that. Let's kind of break it down. Let's peel it back. Let's see what this could do, what this can mean for you. I don't know if you knew this or not, but we have some great bonuses in place that you can earn your first month to recoup the cost of your investment. I don't know if you knew this or not. I don't know if I had mentioned this or not. Jackie is on here. Hi, Jackie. I love you. You inspired me. Your call last night was amazing. Thank you for sharing. Oh, I cannot wait to see all you guys in Mexico. There's so many of you getting to go this time. If you have questions at all, another thing I want to mention is the Savvy Brand Partners page in the Units tab. If you have any questions on qualifications for Mexico, go over there. They keep updating that post on if you like how to get points. If you achieve leader or higher, you get to go, but you have to pay your way if you don't. hit the certain point level to get parts of it paid for, but go back over there, make that a little homework assignment this week. Allison Stearns, you said 12-minute sizzle video. Yes, that is Christy Belliston's 12-minute video, and I'll go grab that and drop it here. Unless somebody has it and wants to drop it. Oh, look at you.
Someone did, thank you. I actually had it. I didn't realize that's a great name for it. I didn't call it that.
Awesome. Okay. See, teamwork. Thank you, Shannon, for posting. And Michelle helping out. Look at you guys. I think what keeps me up at night is all the work I've done over the last 6 months in this business to think that they could join somebody else. Ugh. Oh, that makes me like crazy. Aw, you make me smile too, Jackie. You guys are awesome. Go check out her video. She was amazing last night. All right, I'll shut up. Let us get to work. And I want to do say one thing, I'm sorry, before I be quiet, is that I feel super honored that Amy White asked me to train on Sunday for her team. And I think Courtney and I put it on the Dream Team page as well on, okay, you joined as a brand partner, now what? What happens next? That's my favorite part. So that's what I'm going to be teaching on. All right. So if you're new here, tune in 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that training. If you're a part of this Tuesday morning squad, I'd love to have you. I know I'm going to be making sure my team is there, but I think it's really important that as we're coming into the business, we're excited. We've enrolled as a business partner. We've got our clothing. Now what? Right? It's a real thing. And I think it happens to more people than we'd like to admit. And so that's what I'm going to teach on. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm actually reaching out to my accountability partners, trying to gather some things that they can share with me to make sure we can encompass it and put it all in a 1-hour training to help you guys. It's going to be Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's already on the Dream Team page. And it's the same link and the same password as these power hours. So if you're here, you have the information. It's just 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, she does record it. She always does record that. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. I'm writing my training out to really serve you guys. I know they are really trying to clean up the ATM page. And so I'm going to speak to that on how you can leverage that, how you can really be leveraging these info sessions that our leaders have done just an incredible job at creating for us. And showing you guys how to really get that system moving, really get your prospects into those. So yes, I can't wait to. I'm actually going to talk through this. It's in the chat. We're having a little combo because I know we record these and you can't see our chats. So it's a real thing, right? So one of the things that was asked by Leslie, let me find your question, Leslie. All right. It said, I had somebody who sounded so excited about watching a video, couldn't make the live info session, and never responded after I sent her the video. She followed up twice. It was about 2 months ago. Would you send another one? How would you reignite that convo? I always think people are going to think I am annoying and pushy. I know she has 3 kids under 5. Okay. First of all, your belief is that you think you're being annoying and pushy. That's not her belief, that's your belief. So I wouldn't project your belief onto them because I don't know, I guess I've been doing this long enough to know, like, if they think I'm annoying and pushy, then they probably shouldn't be on my team. Because they're going to think I'm annoying and pushy if I take them through the training and I help them with their business. So I don't believe people think we're annoying and pushy. I really don't believe that. What I mentioned, and there's a lot of great examples in the chat. I love how people are tuning in and sharing what they would do because there's no right or wrong way to do this. But one of the things that I would do in this scenario is that I would just re-engage with her about anything life. I go back through her social media and kind of check things out, see what's going on, and simply say something like, how open-minded are you about taking a closer look into Savvy? You know, I'd say I sent this video above and it's powerful. You said you would watch it. There's the accountability piece, you guys. You said you would watch it, and I'd love to hear what excited you the most. All right. Not only do we hold our business partners accountable in the business, but I also hold my prospects accountable. If they said they're going to watch something, if you know, I expect them to watch it. If they said they're going to show up for an info session, I expect them to be on that info session with me. All right. Our time is precious. I don't like people wasting my time. I really don't. And I don't like the fluff either. I don't like them telling me they're going to do something and they don't, because we build this business on trust, you guys. Jenna can talk about trust all the time. And I expect that too from my prospects. Like, I trust you're going to watch it. I trust you're going to show up. I trust that you're going to give me your feedback if you say you're going to give me your feedback, but I do it in a loving way. And anybody that knows me knows I love to do audio. So how I can type something will come across way different than the audios that I share, because I share my humor side too, my sarcastic side. So make sure you have that personality piece in there. Jackie talked about that last night on the Monday call. She brings her personality, and that's why she's seeing such success, because she is being, you know, she's being true to who she is, right? Be true to who you are. Kat, what are you waiting for? I did. I told you that. I said, what are you waiting for? This is silly. What are you doing?
You did. I think I had waited. I obviously don't know why, but I was just like, you know, and the time, and with everything going on and with our other business and everything else, I'm like, ugh. So I knew it. And then I said, you guys, do you watch that video yet? And I'm like, no, I got blah, 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 blah. I gave all the reasons. And you were like, what are you waiting for? And it honestly stopped me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it on in the car that day when I was driving just to listen. And there you have it.
And if you guys do not follow Kat, by the way, this is one of my business partners. She is incredibly inspiring. She's hit the customer pool. She continues to build her team out month after month, and you will see her in Mexico. So get to know Kat. She's awesome.
Love you. Thank you.
Love people well, you guys. Love people well. Love them into the business. Love them in the business. It's a real thing. And if you have people on your team that ghost you even, or you have prospects that ghost you, don't take it personal. They have way more going on, and they're honestly not probably thinking about you. It's true. Okay, Brooke, you have a question. You have, you're going through your Facebook, so many people that you think would be amazing that never respond to your initial reach out now. Like, what you can do is put yourself in their shoes. Look at the date you sent it. Okay. And double check their feed, make sure nothing's going on. Some people have things that are going on. You never know with COVID and sickness and all that, right? And then what your homework would be this week, and this is what, you know, our leaders are challenging us to do, is re-engage in conversations. It doesn't necessarily have to be savvy. I don't have a right or wrong answer to that. I just think that every conversation looks different. So I would just re-engage with them and pick back up the conversation. And don't be scared to ask them again, to go right back to the beginning of the conversation. Remember back 2 months ago, I asked you to take a look at this. You know, go get that book. I'm telling you, I'm learning so much right now. I'm going to drop something again that came right from the book. When would be a good time for you to take a proper look at this? Right? When would be a good time to get started? When would be a good time to speak next? Catherine, if you scroll up in the chat, the name of that book, and I actually dropped a link to the free PDF that you guys can actually look at right now on your phone. It's called Exactly What to Say, the Magic Words for Influence and Impact. Get that Overdrive app, put your library card in, and start listening. It's amazing. You're welcome. Mariella, I'm just going to say your name because I saw you on here. I just want to give a little shout out to you as well. Thank you for all of your Spanish resources. I think it's amazing. Barbara, you guys are doing awesome. And so I know a lot of us are speaking to, we've got friends in that community. And so for those of you guys that don't know Mariella, she's on here. She's created a group, I think. If you want to unmute, feel free to share that with us. I would love to have you do that.
Yes, thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that. But yes, I have a group in Spanish that I started creating. I'll drop it here on the comment so you guys can, request in if you need it for Spanish speaking, future IBPs. And I know there is another one that I just followed as well. They're doing very well too. I'll plug the name on here too. And I created the Savvy packages in Spanish, the graphic. So if you ever need anything, please let me know. Or if you need a three-way chat with somebody who speaks in Spanish, feel free to hit me up.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, are amazing.
All right, ladies, and in case there's any men, because I feel like we're starting to get more men, so I don't want to leave them out. If you're building this with your wife, but we are right at the top of the hour, so I'm going to stay on till I don't know, probably 7:30 and work. Courtney, if you need this line before that, shoot me a message. But I think for those of you guys that are on different time zones, it's still early. I am glad to stay on here with you for accountability. So thank you for being on, you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday, or I'll see you Sunday evening if you can make that training as well at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go over to Dream Team. They're going to have that information for the team training. So can't wait to bring you that as well. Have a great Tuesday.
Hey, Kendra, can you check your chat real quick?